The smell of carcass attracted another visitor. The maned wolf. The puma had left. But the safety of the maned wolf remained a mystery. Not a formidable hunter like the puma, nor a dark ruler like the jaguar. An opportunist. A shadow. A wanderer lurking around feasts left behind by others. In this restless land, the maned wolf is a stranger. Unlike any other wild candid, his body is unusually tall, moving with an eerie grace on the snow. Its deep red fur contrasts with the black mane, a silent warning for first-time viewers. Looking like an impossible creature, a mix of wolves, foxes, and the wandering spirit of the plains. But it is none of those things. A branch of evolution. A wolf without a pack on its own continent. And here, loneliness is the only way to survive. In the Great Chaco, only those who know how to wait will survive. Those without patience will die. The maned wolf is not a fierce hunter, but it makes up for it with cunning and agility. Not just relying on carrion. 50% of your diet is plant-based. His favorite meal is the wolf apple, a bitter fruit rich in water and nutrients, essential for surviving the driest days. Also hunts rodents, rabbits, birds, and snakes. Not demanding, just determined to live. Like distant war drums, from the horizon, a cloud of dust rises. A herd of white-lipped peccaries. So vast in number the earth itself seems to tremble beneath helmets. Jaguars. Pumas. Maned wolves. None can ignore their arrival. Unlike guanacos who flee from danger, the white-lipped peccary does not retreat. Never alone. A herd can reach up to 300 individuals. And when they charge forward, nothing stands in their way. A puma may take down one, but never faces the whole group. Even the jaguar, the supreme predator of the jungle, thinks twice before attacking them. White-lipped peccaries are never still, constantly on the move in search of food. The Great Chaco Plain is dry and ruthless. Only the most resistant survive. With a territory stretching up to 310 square kilometers, the herds are like tireless nomads. Wherever they pass, they leave traces of transformation. Disrupted paths. Young trees felled. The plain changes beneath them. It has stood for millions of years, witness to the fall of civilizations. It survived the Ice Age. The rise of humankind as the dominant species. But now they are on the brink of extinction. Not for the puma, not for the jaguar, but for humans. In just 30 years, the population of white-lipped peccaries has dropped by more than 80%. In many regions of South America, the Great Chaco was becoming a graveyard, and the last nomads of the plains are running out of time. This destruction is a threat all creatures can feel. But nature always holds its own power. The vast plains of the Great Chaco have never stopped singing their song of life. Dust still hangs in the air after the stampede of the white-lipped peccaries, who vanished into the lowlands. From the distant hills of the national park, guardians of the Chaco, another creature watches in silence. Not a hunter, no fangs or overwhelming strength, but it holds another advantage. The speed of the great arid, the great nomad of the plains. Still, unmoving, listening. It knows what just happened. It doesn't care about the peccary herd, but it cares about what comes next. This bird was not born to fly. It was born to run. The great arid extends its long neck. Its deep black eyes wander through low brush, seeking the slightest movement. Its alert instinct was not learned, but born with an inner fear. Standing nearly 1.5 meters tall and weighing up to 27 kilograms, the greater rhea is the largest running bird in South America. A smaller version, but just as formidable as the African ostrich. But it doesn't rely on size alone. It is a machine of speed. If something moves, a brittle shadow in the dry grass, its reaction is instant. At full sprint, it reaches 64 kilometers per hour, with short wings outstretched for balance and sudden turns. In a blink, a gray wind across the plain, and once it begins to run, no predator can match it. The rhea has no fixed territory. A wanderer, from the grasslands of Paraguay to the dry forests of Bolivia, from the banks of the Pilcomayo to the open plains of Argentina. Its life is movement. If a place stops offering food, it simply leaves. Not an ordinary bird, not just a grazer of seeds and grass. It is an omnivore, seeking fallen wolf apples, crushing them with its beak, trapping insects, frogs, even venomous snakes, killing with a precise strike. It needs less water than other plain dwellers, drawing moisture from its prey. Because in this land, those who need water are the weakest. But the rhea is not just a solitary drifter. It is also the guardian of the next generation. With the first winds of August, the breeding season arrives. An instinctive change. Its neck feathers darken, a sign it is ready to fight. Not with claws or speed, but with persistence. He attracts 2 to 12 females. They choose him, and after mating, they leave him the most precious legacy: eggs. But unlike most birds, the responsibility is not theirs. The male stays behind. When the females leave, they don't look back. They don't have to. They know the one who stays will defend the eggs with his life. And he does. 6 weeks of relentless care, incubating into the scorching Chaco sun, against the constant threat of pumas, maned wolves, and humans. If anyone comes too close, he won't hesitate to strike. The greater rhea, fastest bird in South America, for the first time in his life, will not run. He is ready to fight, no matter how dangerous the opponent. Even humans know this. When a male rhea guards his nest, it's best not to approach. There was a time when their flocks crossed the plains in hundreds, moving like waves of life over the grasslands. But that time has passed. Human arrival destroyed its home. Forests once stood, now burned for soybean fields. Barbed wire splits the land their ancestors once roamed freely. Roads have carved through their world. It turns and runs, faster than anything in the Great Chaco. A ghost trapped in a world that no longer belongs to it. In Brazil, it is hunted for meat. In Paraguay, kept for its eggs. In Argentina, chased by machines and men. In just 50 years, its population has fallen by over 60%. And if nothing changes, it may disappear forever. A twitch in the throat. Without hesitation, the rhea begins to run. It doesn't know what it's fleeing. Maybe a puma, maybe a maned wolf, or maybe just a shadow of its own fate. It doesn't matter. Only one thing does. To stop is to die. And it is not yet ready to vanish. The plains of the Great Chaco shift once more. From the trails, dust left by the stampede of white-lipped peccaries still lingers. From the grasslands where the greater rhea vanished, like a gray wind, the breeze now carries something new. A salty breath, a color that does not belong to this arid land. to the south of the Great Chaco, where the earth merges with salty marshes, where vapor rises like a veil between reality and illusion, the Chilean flamingo appears. Do not roar as if I've wronged them. They do not flee like rheas. They dance a ballet of survival. Over 1,000 flamingos remain, motionless in the shallow water. Long gray legs and thin pink ankles seem suspended on mirrors reflecting the sky. The sun strikes the lake, igniting their deep crimson plumage. But this is not a dance of peace. The water they soak in is far from pure. It is a salty lake, rich in alkali and minerals, where temperatures can reach 45 degrees Celsius in the dry season, where the earth crystallizes into sharp blades of salt. Few creatures can live here, but the Chilean flamingo has turned this hostile land into its home, surviving by consuming what no other can touch. It is a tiny predator. Its curved black beak dips into the water to filter plankton, microscopic invisible life. A simple sight, a small act, but they are the source of its brilliant red. Without them, their color fades. Without that color, they are no longer themselves. And if the plankton disappear, so will they. The Chilean flamingo is the definition of patience. When the breeding season comes in August, males begin to court. Hundreds stretch their necks, turn their heads, spread their wings in synchronized motion, a hypnotic dance on water dyed red. They choose their partners, but only once in a lifetime. Each pair lays a single egg, betting all or nothing on the future. Both parents guard it. When the chick hatches, it is not pink but grayish yellow, completely dependent. A strong wind sweeps over the Salina Lagoon. Suddenly, the Chilean spirit rises in unison. Hundreds of wings open. Hundreds of stylized necks lift. The sky brightens in pink. Still here, still fighting. But for how much longer? Perhaps one day. This lake will dry completely. Scorching winds will silence the cracked earth. But there may be no one left to stand for them. The vast plains of the Great Chaco vanish in the distance. The ground beneath hardens, growing harsh. Shade becomes scarce. Signs of life begin to fade. Winds sweep across the plains, charged with dry, relentless heat. Before us lies only a barren landscape. The jungle is gone, replaced by thorns and cactus arms, reaching to the sky like a desperate prayer. This land is not for the weak. The cactus stands. Another kingdom. A world ruled by the universe itself. By day, the sun scorches everything beneath it. 38 degrees Celsius. Heat makes the air shimmer like a mirage. The earth burns. Sand and gravel crack underfoot. No drop of water lasts long here. But when night falls, the world reverses. The sun vanishes, taking all traces of heat with it. 10 degrees Celsius. Cold bites the skin like an invisible blade. What the earth embraced by day is now frozen stone. A brutal contrast. Fire under the sun. Ice beneath the stars. Only the strongest survive here. In the heart of this arid land, a tree rises like the towers of gods. Stevia Coraine, standing 4.5 to 12 meters tall. Its spiny trunk is so tough it seems forged from steel. Its thorns, up to 8 centimeters long, do not exist to attack, but to guard every precious drop of water within. A living testament to the miracle of survival. Here, rain is so rare it feels like legend. But when a single drop falls, stevia corane captures it, absorbs it, lets none of it go to waste. From afar, these cacti resemble a graveyard, a place where life seems long erased. But it is not so. This is the domain of those who defy nature. No lush treetops grow here, but those who remain are true warriors. No river crosses this land. No shade offers relief. Only sharp thorns, unyielding stones, and the silence of an unforgiving world. This place is not for those who seek ease, only for those who have accepted the hardness of iron as part of themselves. Those who need no shade, no fresh water, no shelter, only the faintest chance. And when they find it, they never let it go. This is the Argentine coral snake, a bizarre creature of deadly beauty. Its slender body is adorned with alternating bands of red, black, and yellow, a vibrant pattern that is both hypnotic and a lethal warning. These colors serve not only as camouflage, but as a clear signal to predators. Stay away. Its diet consists of small reptiles and insects. Its ability to adapt to extreme temperature shifts is proof of its survival skills. It endures hostile conditions, having developed the ability to burrow and crawl underground to shield itself from the scorching heat of day and the piercing cold of night. Recent studies show many snakes in this region have evolved subterranean lifestyles to cope with high temperatures and the ease of digging through sandy soils. Despite its deadly appearance, the Argentine coral snake is not aggressive toward humans. However, if it feels threatened, it will not hesitate to use its most fearsome weapon. That is why respect and distance are essential to ensure the safety of both. Another tireless warrior of this relentless land is the ferruginous pygmy owl, standing just 15 centimeters tall. Its courage far exceeds its size. Its distinctive reddish-brown plumage allows it to blend perfectly into the arid landscape of cactus forests. Despite its small stature, this owl will boldly attack birds twice its size, showing extraordinary aggression and hunting power. Its diet is diverse: small insects, reptiles, mammals, and even other birds. Its adaptability to harsh environments has made it one of the most common owls in tropical America. Here, in the cactus stands, it finds shelter in tree hollows, or even on the trunks of massive cacti, where it is protected from predators and extreme weather. Small but essential, this silent hunter plays a key role in the ecosystem, controlling insect and rodent populations to preserve balance in this world of thorns and stone. Silent waters. Wind weaves through green jungle, where life dances between light and shadow. The Paraguay and Parana rivers, the two main arteries of the Great Chaco, wander through this semi-arid land, creating lush riverside forests within an unforgiving world. When the rainy season arrives, the waters rise, flooding hundreds of miles of forest. But then, they recede, leaving behind cracked mud plains, where life must once again adapt to survive. Drought-resistant trees stand firm, while the rivers contract, exposing sandbanks that shimmer under the sun. This constant transformation is no random event, but a natural law that has shaped this land for thousands of years. The creatures that live here have not only discovered this rhythm, but evolved to match the relentless pace of their surroundings. The jaguar has arrived, the supreme predator of the Great Chaco. Known for a bite so powerful, it can pierce a turtle's shell or the skull of its prey. Beneath the dense canopy, emerald green eyes pierce the darkness. This cat is no wandering nomad. It is the ruler of the forest, sovereign of the riverbanks, where water and life intertwine. Shaped by the hands of creation, it is the evolutionary pinnacle of the great cats in the Americas. Its ancestors, prehistoric jaguars, ruled this region over 2 million years ago, evolving from a shared branch with leopards, before crossing the Bering Land Bridge into the heart of South America. It now patrols alone, its territory spanning over 80 square kilometers, along the tributaries of the Paraguay and Parana rivers. Each paw print in the mud marks ownership. Males never forgive intruders. Only females are welcome in their domain, and only during mating season. Tonight, it is hungry, on an empty stomach. Its blood boils with the thrill of an impending hunt. The wind carries the scent of a young deer at the water's edge. Just 60 meters away, the jaguar crouches. This is the moment where life and death are separated by a breath. Unlike lions who hunt in prides, the jaguar is a solitary hunter. It does not chase prey to exhaustion like a cheetah. It is an ambush master. According to a 2023 study by the Wildlife Conservation Society, the jaguar's hunting success rate is 50 to 60%, significantly higher than the lion's 25 to 30%, or the tiger's 30 to 40%. It moves slowly, barely making a sound. Then suddenly, a powerful leap. Its 100-kilogram body launches like a bullet. Its bite is the strongest of all bait cats, nearly 1,500 psi, enough to kill its prey with a single attack. This deadly force comes from the jaguar's canines and captivity. Some jaguars lose these weapons, their fangs removed. But back in the wild, the jaguar drags its kill into a remote corner of the forest, away from scavengers like black vultures or ocelots. Here, it feeds in silence. But it is more than a hunter. It is a vital part of the ecosystem. According to the Panthera organization, the jaguar acts as an apex predator, regulating the natural balance. Without it, capybara, caiman, and other herbivore populations could explode, destabilizing the fragile riverside forest ecosystem. Yet its fate is in danger. Recent IUCN data shows that by 2024, the jaguar population in the Greater Chaco has declined by more than 20% in just 2 decades. Deforestation and expanding agriculture continue to erode its range. But today, the jaguar remains. It still patrols its territory, still hunts with deadly precision, still reigns as the undisputed ruler of the Great Chaco. And the jaguar's plan vanishes into thin air if this one decides to raise his voice. The black howler monkey. Its thunderous call carries more than 3 kilometers through dense foliage and echoes over the still waters of the Paraguay River. It marks its territory and announces the jaguar's presence. A standoff between canopy dwellers, those who live high in the riverside forests and hold this lofty privilege. The riverside forests, those lining the rivers of the Gran Chaco, are worlds of towering trunks and tangled vines. The quebracho, hard as stone, stands as a symbol. The Cytistegia coraine, a cactus that rises over 9 meters tall, with long sharp spines that shimmer in sunlight. An unlikely pairing, Atlantic rainforest and cactus, but undeniable proof of incredible adaptation. The black howler grips the branches tightly. Its tail, nearly as long as its body, wraps around and anchors it with precision. Its world is up high, among the treetops of the riverside woods, where filtered sunlight streams through leaves, and the breeze carries river moisture. Food is abundant: leaves, ripe fruit, and magical flowers. But everything comes at a cost. Their diet is low in energy. A black howler must eat more than a kilogram of leaves per day just to sustain its 6-kilogram body. Its digestion is slow, adapted to nutrient-poor food. But even more crucial than food is water. The riverside forest is one of the few places in the Great Chaco where water flows year-round. When the dry season arrives, the plains wilt and the ground cracks. But these forests remain, their leaves still green, the rivers still flowing, and life goes on, yet not without threat. The black howler's greatest enemy isn't the jaguar, nor the harpy eagle, nor the boa constrictor. It is humans. Forests fall to axes, cleared for cattle and agriculture. The rivers shift courses for irrigation projects. Prolonged droughts make food scarcer. A black howler dares to descend from the canopy, moving across dry, bare branches, with no clear path ahead, trapped between gaps where a lush forest once stood. The riverside forests are shrinking, and with them, life is fading. But today, the troop is safe, nested in the highest cups of the trees. Thick fir shadows press together as night descends, breathing calmly in the dark. Another quiet night passes, and in the morning, they will howl again. They will warn of the jaguar. They will mark their territory, and they will remind the world they are still here. There are no towering mountains and no deep canyons, but the complex river network has carved out unique features across this land. The Paraguay and Pilcomayo rivers cross the Gran Chaco, bringing vital water during the few months of rain. At dawn, those above raise their voices, while those below await their moment. Beneath the surface, silence is deadly. No sound, no sign of life. Only a shadow, nearly 2 meters long, slithering through the soft mud. The spectacled caiman has been here since sunrise, remaining motionless for hours, only its eyes breaking the surface. Branches fall and clash on the riverbank. No rush. Only the impatient go hungry. Millions of years ago, its ancestors, giant reptiles of the Cretaceous, rolled marshes in a world without humans. Over millennia, they evolved, shrinking in size, honing their hunting skills. No longer prehistoric giants, they still carry a primal, magical instinct. No need for speed, just precision. Any creature that invades its domain will pay the price. Today, the first unlucky one is a deer. A slight movement, a shadow strikes instantly. It all ends in the blink of an eye. Its jaw snapped shut with a force nearing 3,000 psi. A deadly bite that has allowed this species to endure for millions of years. In the riverside forest, the river network is not an obstacle, but an advantage for any predator that can swim. What happens when the two apex hunters of the Great Chaco meet in a legendary duel? Preparing for the ultimate battle for survival. Cayman versus Jaguar. Who will win?